Today's practice is for anyone who sits a lot. So whether you work at an office or you are working from home in these corona times, or just maybe slouching a little bit too much on the couch, this is for you. The class is well-rounded, so it will consist of a strong warm-up, standing postures, back bends, forward folds, twists. There'll be a little bit of everything, but it is designed with or for people who sits a lot and who has lower back issues. So, enough said. I have a blanket with me today. You might not need it, but you might find it nice, especially if you have sensitive knees. Also, I have 2 blocks. You could do the practice without, but I will cue with props, so just letting you know. So let's get started. We're gonna start laying down on our backs. So come onto your back. Feet flat on the floor, knees pointing up towards the ceiling. Place your palms somewhere between your navel and your pubic bone. Allow your elbows to rest into the mat. Soften your shoulders away from the ears. And if it's comfortable for you, you can close your eyes. If not, keep them open, but try not to be tempted to let your eyes get distracted. So choose a still point and focus on that. And as always, take a little time here to arrive on your mat. Whether you're practicing after a full day of work or activity, or this is the first thing you do in the morning, just give yourself a moment to settle in. Let go of any expectations you may have to your practice. Let go of any expectations towards yourself or the yoga teacher. Just let everything fall away. And also notice your energy level. So we can't always be 100% when we go on the mat, and that's totally okay. So whether you're feeling completely ready to move or you have forced yourself because you know it's good for you, know that wherever you are, that is exactly where you need to be. You can practice tired yoga. If your energy is low, that's fine. Just give 100% of that low energy. Be kinder to yourself. You can't always be on top. But that doesn't mean we shouldn't practice. So whatever comes to you, inhale, acknowledge it. And as you exhale, let it go. Start to deepen your breath in and out the nose, allowing the in and exhalations to become fuller, longer, deeper. Notice the back space of your body as you're laying here breathing. And as you inhale, see if you can not only allow the front side of the ribcage to expand, but try to breathe into your back space and into the mat beneath you as well. So that you really allow your rib cage to expand in all directions. And if your eyes are closed, gently you can start to open your eyes back up. Draw the knees into the chest, grab a hold around the shins, rock a little bit from side to side. And then let's start drawing the knees in circles. So going in one direction with both knees, giving your lower back a little bit of a massage into the mat here. And you can make the circle small and soft, or you can go a little bit bigger if that feels good. And change directions, whatever that means for you. Massaging that lower back into the mat. Good, and then from here you're going to step the left sole of the foot back on the floor, flex the right, place the right ankle at the top of the left thigh, open the right knee out to the side. Stay here, or if you want to deepen, draw your left knee into your chest, interlace your hands either behind the left thigh or maybe the left shin. Try to lengthen the whole spine back into the mat, especially the tailbone, the neck. And either you stay here, or if you want to deepen this stretch, gently draw the legs a little bit over to the left side. That's just going to intensify the stretch around that right hip a little bit. And then from here, you're going to release that left foot. You're going to keep the figure exactly as it is, and then you're just going to tip it to the left until the outside of the left leg is on the floor, the right sole of the foot is on the floor. You're going to send your right knee away from your nose. You're going to draw your navel in and up and allow both shoulders to melt into the mat. This is not enough for you if you want to deepen the stretch a little bit, if you feel invited, very important. Your left hand could grab a hold around your right ankle to deepen the stretch. So your right buttocks will be off the mat, but you want to imagine that you can relax that right buttock so much that it just sinks back into the mat. So it will be lifted, but the weight sinks back down into the floor. And then release that. Come all the way back to center, both knees into the chest, rocking a little bit from side to side. Taking note, maybe you feel there is a little bit of a difference between the right and the left side of the back. Stepping the right sole of the foot on the mat, flex the left foot, place the left ankle at the top of that right thigh, open the left knee out to the side. Stay, or to deepen, draw that right knee into the chest, interlacing the hands either behind the thigh or maybe behind the shin. Keep externally rotating that left knee away from you. So let this be pretty active. Don't just relax into it. Try to lengthen the spine, so try to lengthen the tailbone and the neck into the floor, allowing the shoulders to soften. And if you did so on the first side, gently draw the legs a little bit, this time to the right side, to get in even deeper around that left buttocks. Allowing the breath to be continuous, even and deep. And then release that, step the right foot back onto the floor, and then you're just going to tip the whole position to the right side until the outside of the right leg comes to the floor, the left sole of the foot reaches the floor. Allow the shoulders to melt back down into the mat, and if you did so on the first side, the right hand can grab a hold around the left ankle. And again, your left buttocks will be off the floor, but you try to relax it down. We're just going to go even deeper into the hip. So we're gently starting to open up the lower back. In a moment, we will go into some core work. Because often what we think when we have lower back issues is that we need to stretch the lower back. But most often, of course, we get lower back issues from sitting down too much, but it's often because we don't engage our core enough, and we often carry a lot of tightness at the front of the hips. So we will do quite a bit of abdominal work, as well as we will stretch both the front of the hips and the lower back a lot in this practice. And then release that back up, draw the knees into the chest, grab a hold around the ankles or shins, rock from side to side. Good. Now, if you have a block, you grab it. If you don't, if you only have books or something else that may not work for this, you don't have to use a block. But I will demonstrate and cue with a block. So you're going to straighten your legs up towards the ceiling. That may be too much. Remember, you can keep a bend in your knees if you need. You're going to place the block between your calves. Yes? So again, you can have a little bend in your knees if you need, or if you are flexible and open enough in your hamstrings, you can straighten the legs. Arms alongside of you, palms are facing down. Now you want to try to find a neutral spine if you can. So you want to allow a little bit of space between your lower back and the floor. This is slightly easier if you bend the knees. If you straighten the legs, it's a lot more difficult. So just keep that in mind. Really squeeze on the block to activate the inner thighs. And reach the arms up towards the ceiling. Take an inhale. Draw the navel in and up, but keep the spine neutral. As you exhale, start reaching the arms up overhead. As you lower the legs down towards the floor, keep the lower back away from the mat without moving. And coming all the way back up. And again, inhale, reaching away. And exhale, draw it up. Keep the breath in and out the nose. Keep squeezing on the block. Inhale, reach away. And exhale, draw it in and up. Now, I don't take my legs all the way to the floor. Even though I might be able to do it with a neutral spine, this is a warm-up. So I want to be really mindful of keeping that spine neutral at all times, and I focus more on squeezing the block and coordinating the arms and the legs so that they meet at the same time. Also, really think about your breath, allowing the inhalation to be just as deep as the exhalation. Good. Let's do two more. Inhale as you reach away. And exhale as you draw it in and up, squeezing on the block. Last time. Inhale, reach away. Try to keep that pelvis neutral. And exhale as you draw it in and up. Good. If you have the block, release it for a minute. Now bend your knees all the way to a 90-degree angle, and then place your block on the most narrow setting between your inner thighs, so that your knees and your inner thighs are squeezing in on the block. Feet are flexed. Arms are straight out to the side in a T, as best you can with the space you have in your house. Take an inhale here, softening the shoulders away from the ears, squeeze on the block. As you exhale, keep squeezing the block. Draw the knees towards the left side, but keep the right shoulder into the mat. Inhale, coming all the way back to center. Exhale, twist to the right, keep the left shoulder down. Inhale, coming back to center. And exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, back to center. And exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, back to center. Twice more. Exhale to the left. Right shoulder down. Inhale, back to center. And exhale, knees to the right, left shoulder down. Inhale, back to center, last round. And exhale, draw the navel in and up as you twist. Inhale, coming back to center. And exhale, draw the knees to the right, left shoulder down. Inhale, back to center. And as you exhale, release the legs, release the block if you use that. Knees into the chest, start rocking forward and back, gaining more and more momentum until you can come all the way up. Cross your ankles. Shift forward to all fours. Tuck your toes. Push back and up into a downward facing dog. And as always, let's just move around a little bit here. So take a little walk. Move the hips, the neck, the head, the shoulders, whatever you need. Now, if you have lower back issues here, there's several things you could do. You could bend your knees, see if that helps you. You could shorten your dog a little bit, or you could take a wider stance, taking your feet as wide as the edges of the mat. That's going to release some of the lower back tension. On your next inhalation, come all the way forward to your plank pose. As you exhale, tap the knees to the floor. Inhale, lift the knees an inch away from the mat. And exhale, tap it down. Inhale, lift. And exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Two more. Inhale, lift the knees. And exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift, and exhale, lower. Inhale, lift the knees up. Exhale, straighten the legs. Inhale, root into the palms, gaze forward, draw the navel in and up. Exhale, hips back and up. Downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the heels as you roll forward into your plank pose. Exhale, lower the knees, the chest, the chin to the floor. Inhale, slide the chest forward and up. Bhujangasana, small cobra. Hands can come off the mat. Exhale, tuck toes. Send your seat to your heels. And straighten your knees. Downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, send the right leg back and up. Exhale, right foot forward. In between the hands, left knee down. Grab the blanket if you need, untuck the left toes, come up to your fingertips, take an inhale, open the chest forward, gaze forward, and exhale, lower the palms to the floor, tuck the left toes, inhale, step back plank pose, exhale, downward facing dog, inhale, left leg back and up, exhale, left foot forward, in between the hands, right knee down, untuck right toes, maybe grab a blanket. Inhale, come up onto the fingertips, open the chest forward. Might even be nice to come up on blocks here. And exhale, lower down, tuck the right toes. Inhale, come to plank pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, lower knees, chest, chin to the floor. Inhale, slide the chest forward and up, Bhujangasana. Exhale, tuck toes, send your seat to your heels, and straighten the knees, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, lift your heels, bend your knees, gaze forward in between the hands. Exhale, walking all the way forward. Inhale, lengthen the spine forward, gaze forward. Exhale as you fold and release. Inhale, reach the arms out and up, come all the way up to standing Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, lower the hands down for Tadasana. Inhale, arms out and up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, fold forward from the hips, Uttanasana, release your head. Inhale, lengthen forward, hands to shins or blocks. Exhale, place the palms flat, step back into your plank. Inhale, in plank. As you exhale, lower knees, chest, chin to the floor. Untuck the toes, slide forward, Bhujangasana. Exhale, tuck toes, seat to heels. Then straighten the knees, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, right leg back and up. Exhale, right foot forward, in between the hands, left knee down. Untuck the toes, inhale, reach the arms forward and up. And exhale, lower down. Inhale, tuck the left toes, step back, plank pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg back and up. Exhale, left foot forward, in between the hands, right knee down, untuck toes. Inhale, reach the arms forward and up, lift your hips, gaze up. And exhale, lower down. Inhale, tuck the right toes, step back, plank pose. Exhale, push back, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift heels, bend the knees, up or step forward. Lengthen the spine. Exhale as you fold and release. Inhale, reach the arms out and up. Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, lower hands to Tadasana. Utkatasana. Inhale, bend your knees, reach your arms forward and up as you sit deep. Exhale, fold forward, release the head, release the neck. Inhale, lengthen the spine. As you exhale, place the palms flat, step, jump, or walk back. Take your vinyasa. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha. And exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, step the right foot forward, left heel down, rise up, warrior one. Exhale, lower down, step back, chaturanga. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, left foot forward, right heel down, rise up, warrior one. Exhale, lower down, step back, chaturanga. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha. And exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale here. Exhale, one. Inhale. Exhale, two. Root into the palms. Exhale, three. Send your hips up higher. Keep drawing the navel in and up. Lengthen the back of the legs down towards the mat. On your next inhalation, lift the heels, bend the knees. Gaze forward, step, jump, or walk. Inhale as you lengthen. Exhale as you fold. Utkatasana, bend the knees, reach the arms forward and up. And exhale, come to standing Tadasana. Take a couple of breaths. Calm down your in and your exhalations, reconnecting. Inhale, reach your arms out and up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, fold forward from the hips, Uttanasana. Inhale, lengthen the spine forward. Exhale, place the palms flat, step, jump, or walk back, chaturanga. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha, open the heart. Exhale, hips back and up, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, right leg back and up. Exhale, right foot forward, in between the hands, left knee down. Inhale, reach the arms forward and up. And as you exhale, reach the left arm forward. As you reach the right arm back, lower your left arm to the outside of your right thigh. Draw the navel in and up, and then maybe turn your nose and gaze towards your right thumb. Send your tailbone down, keep lifting your pubic bone up. Left toes can be tucked or untucked. Coming back to center. Hook your thumbs. Inhale, lift the arms up, open the heart to the ceiling, open the chest. And exhale, lower down, step back, downward dog. Inhale, left leg back and up. Exhale, left foot forward, in between the hands, right knee down. Inhale, reach the arms up. And as you exhale, reach the right arm forward, left arm back. Lower the right hand to the outside of the left knee. Draw the navel in and up, send the tailbone down, lift the pubic bone. And then maybe turn, twisting, gazing towards your left thumb. Keep the breath calm and continuous, in and out the nose. On your next inhale, come to center, hook the thumbs, reach up, lift up, open the chest. And as you exhale, lower down, step back, downward facing dog. Calming down the breath. On your next inhale, right leg back and up. Exhale, right foot forward, in between the hands for high lunge. Come up onto the fingertips. Squeeze the inner thighs together. Send that left heel back, reach the crown of the head forward. And as you're ready, reach the arms and the torso all the way up. Keep squeezing those inner thighs together. Keep pushing through that left heel. Send the tailbone down, lift the pubic bone up. Keep squaring off your hips to the front of the room. Take one more inhale here. As you exhale, open up into your warrior two stance. Take a moment to adjust your legs as you need. Inhale, straighten the right knee. As you exhale, bend the right knee. Place the right elbow on the right thigh. Reach the left fingertips forward and up. Gaze towards the left fingertips unless it bothers your neck. Then you stay gazing front. Now, use your right elbow against your right inner thigh to draw your right buttocks more underneath yourself as you turn the whole torso more to the side. Deepen in exhalations through the nose here. Take one more inhale. And as you exhale, lower both hands to the inside of the right foot. Lift your left heel. Heel toe your right foot out to the right side. Lower the left knee to the floor. Untuck the toes. Now, you have options here. Either you stay where you are, just working on lengthening the spine, getting a good stretch wherever you're feeling this. If you want to deepen and you feel open, you could come down onto your forearms for a lizard pose. And know that you could easily do that with blocks for a modification as well. Now, keep rooting into your left shin firmly as you reach the crown of the head forward. Now the right knee want to fall to the side. See if you can hug the right knee and the right shoulder towards one another to square that off. Keep drawing the navel in and up. Calm, deep breaths here. Good. If you are on your forearms, find your way back, heel toe that right foot back into the center. Frame the foot with your hands. Tuck your left toes. As you inhale, send your right leg all the way back and up to a three-legged dog. Exhale, right foot forward in between the hands again for high lunge. Inhale, reach the arms forward and up. Open your chest, gaze up towards the ceiling. And as you exhale, lower down, step back, downward dog. Inhale, come forward to plank. And exhale, chaturanga, and use chest chin, or maybe just back to downward facing dog, where we will all meet eventually. On your next inhalation, left leg back and up. Exhale, left foot forward, in between the hands. Coming up onto the fingertips, squeezing the inner thighs towards one another. Send your right heel back. And as you're ready, lengthen the crown of the head forward. Reach your arms forward, lift your torso up for a high lunge. Keep pushing back through that right heel. Keep squeezing the inner thighs together. Send the tailbone down. Keep lifting up the pubic bone. Good. Take one more inhale here. And as you exhale, open up, warrior two, spin the right heel down. Take a moment to adjust your stance as you need. Keep the breath going. Deepen in exhalations through the nose. On your next inhalation, straighten your left leg. As you exhale, bend the left knee, place the left elbow on the left thigh, reach your right fingertips forward and up. Use your left elbow against your left inner thigh or thigh to draw the left buttocks more underneath yourself and open up that whole chest and torso more to the side. Either gaze towards your right fingertips, or if it's too much for your neck, just gaze straight forward. Keep sending the left knee behind you. So you want to keep externally rotating that left leg. Keep rooting into your right outer heel. Take one more inhale here. And as you exhale, lower both hands to the inside of the left foot. Lift your right heel. Heel toe your left foot out to the side. Lower the right knee to the floor. Untuck the right toes. Now that you stay here, or if you did some variation of lizard on the first side, go for that. Keep lengthening the crown of the head forward. Keep drawing your navel in and up. And if you're in a lizard, try to hug your left shoulder and your left knee towards one another. So don't let that left knee melt out to the side. Keep the breath calm, continuous. In and out the nose. I wish you could demonstrate that better, but you can imagine talking through a whole class while practicing it and trying to breathe at the same time is a little bit of a challenge. So listen to my words, not my breath. Good, and if you're still down, find your way all the way back up. Heel toe your left foot back in, tuck your right toes, frame the left foot with your hands, and as you inhale, send your left leg all the way back and up to a three-legged dog. And as you exhale, left foot forward in between the hands, high lunge again. Inhale, reach the arms forward and up. This time, lift your hips, open your heart to the ceiling, gaze up. And as you exhale, lower down, step back, downward dog. Inhale, come forward to your plank pose. Exhale, lower knees, chest chin to the floor, chaturanga if you're dying to. Inhale, slide the chest forward and up. Exhale, tuck toes, seat to heels, then straighten the knees, downward dog. On your next inhale, lift your heels, bend your knees, gaze forward, jump, and lengthen. Exhale as you fold and release. Inhale, reach the arms out and up, Urdhva Hastasana. And exhale, lower the hands down for Tadasana. A moment to calm the breath, deep, continuous in and exhalations through the nose. From here, you're going to draw the right knee into the chest, interlacing the hands around that right shin. Draw the knee up higher, but try to drop the right hip down. So the tendency is that the knee that's into the chest, that side will hike up. So really root that right hip down as you root your left foot into the floor. From here, grab a hold around your right ankle. Place the right sole of the foot against your left inner thigh, either above or below the knee. If balance is tricky today, definitely put that foot under the knee. Whoop. Now, squeeze your left inner thigh and your right foot together. Gather the hands in front of the heart. Keep rooting into that left foot. Now, you either stay where you are, you start reaching your arms up towards the ceiling. Lower your right hand to the right thigh, palms facing up. Take an inhale, reach up through that whole left side, up through the left fingertips. Find more space at the front of the hips. And as you exhale, gently start to reach the left fingertips over to the right side. Keep rooting into that left foot. And come all the way back to center. Gather the hands in front of the heart. Now, you're gonna draw that right knee out in front of you. So you're gonna parallel the hips, flex the right foot. Keep the hands in front of the heart. Keep the hips as they are, so parallel. Dropping down that right hip. And then you're gonna send your right foot back into a warrior three. Now keep that right hip down. So the tendency here in warrior three is to hike up the right hip. You want to feel like you're almost internally rotating the right leg in order to keep that right hip down. Keep it rooting into the left foot. If this is too much, know that at any time you could grab blocks and place them underneath the hands. Deepen in exhalations through the nose. Take one more inhale here. And as you exhale, bend your left knee. Step your right leg back to a high lunge. Inhale, reach the arms up, lift the torso, gaze up. And as you exhale, spin the right heel down, open into your warrior two. Facing the right side of the room. Inhale, straighten the left leg. As you exhale, reach the left arm over the left leg for Utthita Trikonasana. Lower the left hand either to shin or blocks. Reach the right arm up towards the ceiling. Draw the right buttocks underneath yourself. Either stay gazing forward, or if you feel invited, you could gaze up towards that right hand. Now, flip your right palm. So press the palm so it faces behind you. Bend the elbow behind you. Stay here. If that the right hand can grab a hold around that left inner thigh, allow this to turn your torso even more. On your next inhalation, root into your feet without moving the torso. Reach your left arm along your side body. And exhale here. Inhale, come all the way up to center. As you exhale, bend the left knee. Reach back to a reversed warrior. Still with the bind if you can. Inhale, straighten both legs. Reach the right arm up. And as you exhale, lower the hands down. Frame the left foot, lift the right heel. Inhale, step back, plank pose. Exhale, chaturanga, knees, chest, chin, whatever you want. We all meet in downward facing dog. On your next inhale, lift your heels, bend your knees, gaze forward in between the hands, step, jump, or walk forward, lengthen. Exhale as you fold. Inhale, reach the arms out and up, Urdhva Hastasana. And exhale, lower the hands down for Tadasana. This time, drawing the left knee into the chest. Now really don't think about it, just lift it up as you root down. Opposition, right down, left up. The more you root the right foot down and the more you reach that left knee up, the more position and balance you're able to create in your body. Interlacing the hands around that left shin. Now, don't let that left hip hike up. Drop it down. Drop it down. Keep drawing that left knee more up towards the chest. Keep rooting into that right foot. Grabbing a hold around the left ankle, if you can, placing the left sole of the foot against that right inner thigh, either above or below the knee. And again, if balance is just not your thing today, make sure to place it closer to the floor, that left foot. That will help you. And gather the hands in front of the heart. Actively squeeze the right inner thigh and that left sole of the foot together. Either stay here, reach your arms up. If you made it this far, maybe lower the left hand onto that left thigh, palm is facing down. Inhale, reach up through the right fingertips. Find more length in that whole side of the body. And as you exhale, gently start to reach the right fingertips towards the left side. As you keep rooting your right foot into the floor, keep drawing the navel in and up. Good. On your next inhale, come all the way up. And as you exhale, gather the hands in front of the heart now. Draw that left knee to parallel. Flex that left foot. Now we want to keep that left hip drop down as we move into a warrior three. So really push through that left heel as you come all the way forward with the torso. And remember, you have the blocks if you need them. Internally rotate that left leg so that you can really keep your hips level. Keep drawing the navel in and up. Root down through your right foot as you root back through your left foot and forward through your head. And imagine you can find more width in the back space that's pulling you up towards the ceiling. Take one more inhale here. And exhale, bend your right knee. Inhale, step your left foot back to high lunge. Reach your arms up, lift your torso and hips up. Whoop. And as you exhale, spin that left heel down. Open up into your warrior two. Take a moment to adjust the stance. As you inhale, straighten that right leg. As you exhale, reach the right arm over the leg. Either lower the hand to shin or blocks to reach the left arm up towards the ceiling. Now keep drawing that right buttocks underneath yourself. Only gaze up towards the left hand if it feels good for the neck. If it doesn't, you keep facing forward. Keep drawing the navel in and up. And as we did on the other side, flip your left palm behind you. Bend the elbow. Either allow the arm to just rest somewhere on your lower back, or if you can, see if you can grab a hold around that right inner thigh with your left hand, and this will open up your torso even more to the side. Root firmly into your right big toe, your left outer heel. On your next inhale, reach the right arm alongside the torso without changing your torso, and exhale here. Inhale, come all the way up to center. As you exhale, bend the right knee as you reach back and up for reversed warrior. Inhale here. And as you exhale, lower the hands down, frame the right foot, lift the left heel. Inhale, step back, plank pose. And as you exhale, lower knees, chest, chin to the floor. Inhale, slide the chest forward, Bhujangasana. Exhale, tuck toes, seat to heels, and straighten the knees, Adho Mukha Konasana. On your next inhalation, send your right leg back and up. Exhale, right foot forward, in between the hands. Come up onto your fingertips, or if you have blocks, and this is especially if you know you're a little tight in your legs, come up onto those, yeah? But you could do it on the fingertips. I'll demonstrate with the fingertips. Take an inhale, allow the hips to sink down a little as you push the left heel back, open your chest forward. As you exhale, start to straighten the legs, try to square off the hips as you fold. Inhale, bending that right knee, open out the hip. And as you exhale, straighten the right leg as you fold. Last time. Inhale, as you bend, open out that chest. And as you exhale, straighten and fold. Inhale, bending that right knee, place the palms flat. Exhale, find your way back into your three-legged downward dog. Open up that right hip. Bend the right knee as if you were to kick yourself in the butt. And then straighten the right leg, square off the hips, lower that right foot next to the left. Inhale, left leg back and up. Exhale, left foot forward, in between the hands, come to fingertips or blocks. Take an inhale, gaze forward. And as you exhale, start to straighten, root into your left big toe as you fold. Inhale, bending that right knee, open the chest and the heart. And exhale as you straighten and fold. Inhale, bending. And exhale, straighten and fold. Inhale, bend, open the chest, lower the palms to the floor. Exhale, back to three-legged dog. Open up that left hip. Bend the left knee as if you were to kick yourself in the butt. Open the chest, open the hips. And then straighten that left leg up and square off the hips and lower that left foot down. Almost there, guys. Inhale, right leg back and up. Exhale, right foot forward in between the hands. Inhale, reach the arms forward and up. And exhale, lower the palms to the floor. Inhale, straighten the right leg. As you exhale, step the left foot closer to the right. Inhale, come up onto the fingertips of blocks, lengthen the spine forward. And as you exhale, fold forward, sending the crown of the head towards your right big toe. Keeping the breath calm and continuous in and out the nose. Try to square off the hips as much as possible. Good. On your next inhalation, lengthen the spine forward, come up onto your fingertips, and as you exhale, step the left foot forward to the right, parallel feet, fold forward and release. Inhale, reach the arms out and up, come all the way up to standing, and exhale, lower the hands down. Now root into your left foot, draw your right knee into the chest, and as you exhale, bend your left knee. And then you're going to cross your right thigh over the left. Maybe you find that this is plenty. If you can, maybe you're able to double wrap the right toes behind the left calf. Inhale, reach your arms out. As you exhale, cross the right arm over the left, bend the elbows, and maybe you're able, maybe you're able to gather the palms. Take an inhale, lift the elbows up, lift the chest up, and as you exhale, start to sit a little bit deeper, bending the knees more, keep sending your elbows forward, keep opening up the chest. Garudasana, eagle pose. Good. Just a couple more breaths here, in and out the nose, calming down the breath. On your next inhale, come all the way up, release the arms, draw the right knee to the chest, and exhale, lower down. Inhale, reach the arms out and up, Urdhva. Exhale, fold forward from the hips, Uttanasana. Inhale, lengthen the spine forward. As you exhale, step, jump, or walk back. Vinyasa, or maybe straight to downward facing dog, where we will all meet. Inhale, send your left leg back and up. Exhale, left foot forward, in between the hands, maybe coming onto blocks. First inhale, reach the arms up, and then exhale, lower down. Fingertips of blocks here. Inhale, straighten your left leg. Exhale, step your right foot closer to your left until you're able to keep both legs as straight as possible. Inhale, lengthen the spine forward. Exhale, fold forward from the hips, reaching the crown of the head towards the left big toe. Keep rooting into your right outer heel. Try to keep those hips square. Deep, continuous in and exhalations through the nose. Good. Take one more last inhale here. And exhale. Now lower your hands to the floor, keep them on the blocks. Inhale, step the right foot forward to the left, lengthen the spine forward. And exhale as you fold. Inhale, reach the arms all the way up, come all the way up to standing, and exhale, lower the hands down. Good. Inhale, you're going to draw that left knee into the chest, really root into the right foot. Exhale, bend the right knee just a little. Now swing that left thigh over the right, and either stay here, if you're able, maybe double wrap those left toes behind the right calf. Inhale, reach the arms out to the sides. Exhale, this time left arm over the right. We're going to bend the elbows. Maybe you're able to press the palms together. Inhale, draw the elbows forward, keep the chest lifted, and as you exhale, start to sit deeper, but keep lifting up your chest, open up your heart. Garudasana, eagle pose. Breathe into the back space of the body. Keep rooting into that whole right foot going down as the crown of the head and the elbows go up. Good. On your next inhale, come all the way up, draw that left knee into the chest. And as you exhale, lower down. Inhale, reach the arms out and up. Urdhva. Exhale, fold forward from the hips. Uttanasana. Inhale, lengthen the spine forward. And as you exhale, place the palms flat. Step, jump, walk back, chaturanga. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha. And exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, come forward to your plank pose. And as you exhale, come onto your forearms for a forearm plank. Now, reach the crown of the head forward. Send your heels back. Squeeze your inner thighs together. Allow the corners of your mouth to turn up. As you keep breathing, creating more space in the body. Good. Take one more inhale here. And as you exhale, lower the knees and the whole body down onto the mat. Allow the elbows to open to the sides. Place one palm on top of the other. Allow the forehead to rest on the palms. Calming down the breath here for a moment. Good. From here, you're going to find your Sphinx pose. So you're going to place your elbows underneath your shoulders, forearms into the mat. Now, you're going to inhale, draw the elbows back towards the chest, the heart forward. Try to wake up that space in the spine between the shoulder blades. As you exhale, draw your navel in and up, start rounding the spine, allow your hips to move away from the floor, knees are down. Inhale, draw the elbows back, open and widen the chest, try to find space between the shoulder blades. As you exhale, root your palms down, draw the navel in and up, lift the hips high as you round and release. 3 more, inhale, draw it back, open the chest, widen the collarbones. As you exhale, draw the navel in and up as you round. Inhale, coming all the way forward, open up. And as you exhale, draw the navel in and up, release the head. Last time, inhale. Draw it all the way forward, open up that chest. And as you exhale, draw that navel in and up. And come all the way back to center. Open the elbows, hands on top of one another, head on top of the hands, and breathe. Calming down the breath. Now release the arms alongside of you. If you have a lot of lower back pain, you can take your feet up to hip width apart. If you don't have a lot of lower back pain, you can keep your feet together. Also, if you have a block, I really highly recommend that you place a block in between your inner thighs on the most narrow setting. Especially if you have a lot of back pain, that will just inform and give a little bit more space in the lower back as we go up. Interlace the hands behind you. Push into the tops of the feet till the knees lift off the floor. Keep this, so really push the toes down, push the pubic bone down. On your next inhalation, lengthen your arms back, draw the navel in and up as you lift your shoulders, your chest, your head, and your neck. Gaze just a few inches out in front of you so you don't cringe your neck. Keep it nice and lengthened. Keep drawing the navel in and up, keep widening the chest. Try to lift your hands away from your butt as you widen the collarbone. Bones. And take one more inhale, go a little higher. And as you exhale, lower everything down. Release one cheek to the floor. You decide which one. Allow your heels to melt away from one another. And if it feels good, you could move the hips a little bit from side to side. Good. Coming back to center, you can either choose to interlace the hands again, or you could choose to keep the arms alongside of you. We will move from Shavasana into Dhanurasana, but I will guide you if I'm able to breathe while I do this. We'll see. Again, activating the feet, pushing the tops of the feet into the floor until the knees straighten away from the mat. Keep sending your hips down, drawing the navel in and up. On your next inhalation, slide the fingertips back as you lift the chest up. Stay here, or if you want to deepen, lift your arms away from the floor. And if you want to go even deeper, lift the legs away from the floor. Stay here, or bend your knees. See if you can at the same time grab a hold around feet, ankles, or shins. If you got this, start kicking the shins into the hands, and this will lift you up higher. Keep breathing in and out the nose. Keep drawing the navel in and up. Don't allow the knees to flare out. One more inhale here. And as you exhale, lower all the way down. Take the other cheek to the floor. Relax the arms. Relax the legs, allowing the heels to melt away from one another. Send the nose back to the floor. Place the palms alongside the rib cage. Tuck your toes. Turn the corners of your mouth up. And as you inhale, push up into a plank pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg back and up. Exhale, draw the right knee towards the nose. Come forward to a plank. Now, pigeon pose. Externally rotate that right knee to the right side. Come all the way down to a seat. Lengthen your left leg back. Untuck the left toes. And you may find that it's nice to grab a block or blanket. Anything else you may have lying around. A couple of books if that right buttocks does not reach the floor. You also may find that it could be nice with a little support at the front of that left hip. So take a moment to adjust as you need. Then you're gonna come up onto your fingertips. You're gonna root into the fingertips and try to lift the hips a little bit away from the floor. Try to square them off even more to the front of your mat. and then release it down. Take an inhale wherever you are. And as you exhale, you either stay where you are if this is what works for you today, or you can start to allow the torso to melt forward, either allowing the elbows and forearms to rest on blocks, the head to rest on a block, or maybe allowing the torso to just melt to the floor. So tension in the lower back can be caused by so many things. And there's so many muscles that affects that area. So really, one of the most important things that you can do if you struggle with a lot of lower back pain is really to do a lot of yoga. Do stuff where you both strengthen and stretch. Also, we have such a tendency to hang in the lower back because we're not strong enough in the core. So incorporating even just 10 minutes of core work every day or every other day will, in the long run, make a huge difference in the lower back. But of course, we're all individual, and some people get their issues from one thing and other people get it from something else. So instead of just accepting that this is your body and this is the pain you're going to be in, start to experiment. Try different things and figure out what works for you. I think though it's safe to say no matter who you are and where your lower back issues come from, we can all use a little bit more core work. Just because we don't really hold ourselves up when we walk. We have a tendency to sink down into our bones, and this is just even more true for when we sit. We don't hold ourselves seated in an upright position. We slouch, we lean back, and this is what creates even more tension in the body. So one thing is that we're doing something straining, but then when we do something straining for the body that it's not really built for and then sag, it will just make it worse. So keeping that in mind and knowing that you don't have to spend hours and hours, just 10-15 minutes a day is going to be enough to make a difference if you are consistent. Consistency is key. Let's come all the way back up. Tuck the left toes and then send that right leg back, push back. Downward facing dog, maybe moving the hips around a little. On your next inhalation, sending that left leg back and up. Exhale, knee to nose, come forward to plank. Externally rotate that left leg, untuck the right toes, send that right leg all the way back. Taking a moment to adjust. Maybe you find that this second side is less tight or more tight. For me, it's more tight. You might have a very different experience. So make sure that you are using my words as a guide. But you are in your body, and only you know what's going on, so be mindful. Come up onto your fingertips, root them down, try to lift your hips a little bit away from the floor, square the hips off even more to the front of the room, and then allow the hips to sink back down. Take another inhale here, and either you stay upright if that serves you best today, or you start to fold forward. Either just onto the forearms, or maybe allowing the head to rest on a block, or the forehead to come all the way to the floor. Wherever you are, take a deep inhale through the nose, and let it go out the mouth. Let go of that tension. especially if you don't practice a lot of yoga and maybe this is one of your first attempts to start working on lower back issues, I can really recommend, if you find some classes on YouTube that you like, that you feel release it a little bit, come back to them. Even a couple, 2-3 times a week, practicing the same sequence will give you a good idea of what is working and where you're tight, where you have a hard time letting go. And it might even start to reveal to you where your lower back pain is coming from. Whether it's tightness around the buttocks, around the front of the hips, if it's lazy abs giving you the lower back issues. Key is to stay open and consistent. And know that you don't have to do an hour or a 90-minute class every day. Sometimes even 10-15 minutes, like I mentioned before, that's all it takes. But doing it consistently, that is the key. Allow everything to soften. Deep continuous in and exhalations through the nose. And then gently coming all the way back up, tucking the right toes, stepping that left leg back, downward dog. Take a moment, walk the feet out, move the hips around, whatever you need. And then from here, lift the heels, allow the knees to come to the floor. Open the knees wide, so about mat distance, maybe even more if you feel open. Untuck the toes, big toes are touching, and allow your hips to sink back towards your heels for a wide-legged child's pose. And walk your hands back towards your knees. Close your knees together. Shift forward to all fours. Tuck toes. Downward facing dog. From here, you're gonna lift your heels, bend your knees, gaze forward in between the hands. As you inhale, step your right foot to the outside of the right hand. Toes are turning out. And as you exhale, left foot to the outside of the left hand, toes are turning out. Come down into a squat pose, a Baddha. Elbows against inner thighs. I'll face you. Elbows against inner thighs, palms together. Lengthen the crown of the head up as you send the tailbone down. Just a few breaths here to find a little bit more lengthening in that lower back. Soften the shoulders away from the ears. Take one more inhale here. And as you exhale, release the hands to the floor. Come up onto your fingertips. Maybe you need to adjust the feet a little bit, maybe turning the toes a little bit more forward here, depending on your build. So if you're like, I can't do this, don't worry, you can come down to a seat and wait if it's too much. Start walking your fingertips away from you as you allow the spine to round. Now, really root your tailbone down. Soften the shoulders away from the ears. Allow that spine to round even more. Now you can either stay here if you want to deepen this lower back stretch. You can root into the feet and gently shoot your tailbone back a little. And then release it down. And again, lifting the tailbone to the back. And let it go last time. Lifting that tailbone to the back. And then let it go. And then reach your arms forward. Lift your head, gaze forward. Find your way to a seat. Whoop. And then straighten the legs out in front of you. I'll face you. So you're going to open the knees to the side, soles of the feet together for Baddha Konasana. Take an inhale, lengthen the spine, and as you exhale, start to tip forward from the pelvis. So you might not come very far, like me, I'm very tight here, but you want to try and find the tipping from the pelvis. So don't allow the rounding, even if it means you have to sit almost upright. Really work on lengthening that lower back. So to activate the legs, sending the knees down towards the floor as you tip that pelvis forward. Taking one more inhale here. And as you exhale, come all the way up. Good. Now, if you have a lot of tension in your hips, or you just feel tight in general, I really highly recommend that you come up to sit on something, maybe a folded blanket, maybe even a block. We're going to send the legs to the side into Upavishta Konasana. Now, if you're more flexible, try not to go all the way to the max. Try to keep it a little bit less. Yeah, you want to keep the feet flexed, knees pointing straight up. Lengthen the spine, fingertips out in front of you. If you have a block, maybe you'll need it. Maybe you'll need to. Take an inhale, lengthen. As you exhale, start to tip the pelvis forward, walk the fingertips forward, tipping from the tailbone. Allowing the head maybe to rest on a block, or you could allow the forearms to rest on a block. Take a moment, adjust as you need. Make sure to keep the feet active, keep the knees facing straight up towards the ceiling. Take a deep inhale through the nose and let it go. 2 more. Last time. And gently use your hands to support you as you come all the way back up. Place your hands on the outsides of your knees, gently close your legs together, and then shake them out. Last seated pose. I'm going to face the side again so you can see what I'm doing. Again, really important, if you got lower back issues, sit up on that blanket and sit so far forward that you're almost tipping off it. That's just going to encourage the forward tilt of the pelvis. Legs together, feet are flexed and active. Take an inhale, reach the arms out and up, Paschimottanasana. Exhale, tipping forward from that pelvis. And then fold forward. Try to keep the legs active. Sometimes I find it helpful to actually look at my feet. We have a tendency to place more weight on the outsides of the feet, so really make sure that you're also activating the insides of the feet. Soften the shoulders away from the ears. Good. Take one more inhale here. And as you exhale, use your hands to support you. Come all the way up. Scoot your butt towards your heels. Remove anything you may have been seated on. Come all the way onto your back. Draw those knees into the chest. Rock from side to side. Then allow both legs to reach up towards the ceiling. You're gonna cross the right thigh over the left, bending the knees. Either stay here or double wrap for eagle legs like we did earlier in class. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, allow the knees to fall to the left side as you open the right arm to the right. Palm is facing up. Allow your shoulders to melt into the floor. Allow your body to soften. Allow your breath to start to soften. Now on your next inhalation, come all the way back to center. And as you exhale, release that, shake out the legs. Inhale, left leg over the right, bending the knees. Maybe find the pigeon, the eagle. Exhale, draw the legs to the right side, open the left arm to the left, palm is facing up. Allow the body to soften. Allow the breath to soften. On your next inhalation, come all the way back to center. Exhale, release the legs, shake them out. Last thing, happy baby. I love ending class with this when I don't have a inversion of some kind. So just getting the legs up feels really good. Now you can grab a hold around big toes, insides of the feet, outsides of the feet. You can be quiet, just working on lengthening that lower back into the mat. Or if it feels good, you can rock a little bit from side to side. You could even draw the legs a little bit in circles to find that circular massage of the lower back that we did at the beginning of practice. If you're doing circles, change directions. And then from here, letting everything go, letting the legs melt down along the mat, relaxing the arms, palms are facing up. Take a deep inhale through the nose, let it go out the mouth. 2 more. Last time. Allow the back of the body to sink into the floor for Shavasana. You can either choose to stay in your Shavasana. If you'd like to join me for a short seated meditation, start to wake up your fingertips and your toes. Draw one knee into the chest, then the other. Roll onto one side. Use your hands to support you. Come all the way up to a seat. Highly recommend for seated meditation to sit up on something. Personally, I love a block. You may find less or more support to be suitable for you. So find a seat with a long, tall spine. Placing the palms on the thighs. Closing the eyes if you haven't already. With every inhalation that you breathe, tell yourself let. And with each and every exhalation, tell yourself go. Let. Go. Inhale, let. Exhale, go. Inhale, let. Exhale, go. Inhale, let. Exhale, go. If you are still in your Shavasana, gently start to wake up the fingertips, wake up the toes, and eventually find your way all the way up to a seated position. Inhale, let. Exhale, go. Gather your hands in front of your heart. As you inhale, lift your chest to the ceiling. And as you exhale, bow your chin towards your heart. Take a moment to acknowledge any shifts and changes in your body, in your breath, in your mind. With each and every inhalation, feel the ribcage expand in all directions. And with each and every exhalation, allow yourself to just let everything go. Any excess tension, any left frustrations, whatever it may be, let it shed off you. Namaste. Thank you.